Hey Tech Journey, it's Atia. I'm so excited to talk to you today about transitioning jobs. Listen, how do you know it's time to move on? What do you do when you need to move on? I'm going to give you 5 distinct ways to know it's time to move on from your job, and also 3 steps on what you need to do. All right, disclaimer. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, you may have noticed that recently I left my old job and I'm now with a new company. I just have to say that the new opportunity presented to me was with an amazing company. They are a disruptor, unicorn company right now, and it was just an opportunity I couldn't pass up. I'm grateful for my old company because I learned how to be a great SDR. And at the same time, jobs come and go. But I learned a lot in my old company, and I'm excited about what I have to learn in my new company. Be sure to stick all the way to the end of this video because I want to be sure you get the full picture. So you not only know when it's time to move on, but you also know how to transition. Number 1, there are limited opportunities in your current company. Now, you may be in sales or whatever industry you're in, and you realize there's no room for growth. If that's the case, it may be time to start having those conversations and looking to see what else is out there. Number 2, culture. Now, what is culture? That is the unspoken essence of a company. It's not written, it's not the values, it's not on the website. It is what the day-to-day is like in that company. Now, you may notice in your company there's a high turnover, or you may notice you have a lot of anxiety about just your job security, or you just may not click very well with your manager or direct supervisor or the leadership team. If there are things about the culture you can't quite put your finger on, but it just doesn't fit well with you, it may be time to move on. Number 3, you lose your passion for the job. Now, it's so important. First of all, do you like what you do? If you enjoy your job, you like what you do, you like your career, but maybe you don't like doing it there, it may be time to move on. And at the same time, you can also do little things in your company. You can join an ERG, which is an employee resource group. You can have little conversations, and there are things that you can do to bring back the spark and the passion. But if you've tried everything and you just you're not really feeling it anymore, you're not passionate about your job, you've lost that spark, it may be time to move on. Number 4, if you're in sales and you're put on a performance plan. Now that may be an indicator it's time to move on. Now, if you're on a performance plan and you're in sales, you may be able to bust your butt, do what it takes, meet your quota, get off the performance plan, but there's kind of something that's still kind of lingering over you. The fact that you were put on a performance plan. If that does happen, I still encourage you to work hard, do what you have to do to finish strong, but it may be time to start having conversations externally. And number 5, a really great opportunity presents itself. It may be with your dream company. It may be with an amazing unicorn company, or it may be an opportunity for more money. So if you're someone who's been doing this for a while, you may have recruiters reaching out to you on LinkedIn. And if you're presented with an opportunity and it seems like it's hard to pass, go for it. Just go through the interview process and see what happens. Okay, so you've determined it's time to move on. Now, how do you transition? This is important. Don't put in your notice until you've landed something else. Now, I understand that the market right now, there are layoffs and people are just losing their jobs, and that's very unfortunate. However, if you're in the situation where you're in good standing with your company, you're not laid off, I personally wouldn't put in my notice until I have something lined up next, and because it takes months sometimes to land a job. So keep working and do your job, do it well while you're still looking at something else. Step 1, you want to update your resume and your LinkedIn. If you're an SDR, know your numbers. Put on there any quarter you've hit quota or exceeded quota. Put the percentages on there. Put the number of cold calls you've made, the number of emails you sent, the number of meetings you booked. Put those metrics on your resume and on your LinkedIn, because that's really going to look good when you're going out there and you're applying and interviewing. They're going to want to see in black and white what your numbers are. Step 2, Start putting in applications. Start applying. Start writing recruiters. Or if you have recruiters in your inbox, message them back. Be curious. Start putting your feelers out there. You don't have to go on LinkedIn and put the green open for work banner, especially if you don't want your current company to know. But you can start finding out what's going on, putting in applications, researching companies, make a game plan, put yourself out there. Step 3, flex those interview muscles. The only way to do well in interviews is to keep doing interviews. There's no way around it. You want to be able to know your value. You want to clearly articulate what you can bring to the team. You also want to know your story. You want to be able to clearly articulate why you're looking for something else, why things aren't working out in your current job. And you also want to be able to clearly articulate what you do and how you do it. Right now, as an SDR, you have to be able to clearly articulate your job, your value, what it is that you've done to be an SDR winner. Once you have these things clearly articulated, you're ready to go. All right, guys, so hopefully this was helpful for you. I'm so excited to see you all again. I know it's been a while. Please forgive me, but I'm so glad you stayed to the end of this video, and I hope that this helps. If you have any other tips that you want to share, put them in the comments box. I'd love to hear from you. Bye.